the part 2. We're gonna go ahead and put the lifters back in. Everything's cleaned up where we left off. The cam plate was already in place. The cams, the new tensioners are in place. Camshaft chain tensioners are in place. Secondaries in place. Everything's torqued down. So what I'm gonna do at this point is just go ahead and get these lifters in place. These are the old lifters that were in here. I'm just gonna put them back in, but I'm just gonna throw some extra lube on them, and they're gonna go back in the same way they came out. Being careful at this hole, the oil hole for the hydraulic lifters on these, on this engine, they were facing out. So I'm putting them back in the same way they came out. That way I can make sure that everything's the same. When you check these, you wanna look at the rollers. Make sure there's no flat spots in them, no unusual wear, stuff like that. I looked them over, they all look pretty damn good. So I'm just gonna lube them up a little bit more and then just put them in. So I'm using my gel lube. I actually love this stuff, like I said before. Stays right where you want it. They were already in the vehicle. They're already pumped up, so just a matter of putting them in. Make sure the flats are front and rear. And then you put the pin in that holds it all in place. Just move it up a little bit. And it should just drop right in. Beautiful. Now I'm going to do the rear ones. Now we put the pin. And this is the pin that holds the flat in place. That's it. That just keeps it in place. Now we got the gaskets. The gaskets are funny because you can put them on the wrong way. You can actually put this gasket on like this, which is the wrong way. This actually has, these tabs have to go over the pin itself. So you got to be careful not to put it on the wrong way. And it actually goes like this. See how that goes over the pin, the tab? You don't want it over the lifters, you want it over the tab. When you put these in, you're going to have to use Loctite on these. Put this bad boy in. Wipe it all down. Just make sure she's nice and clean. Gasket, according to manufacturer, they want it on here. Put the bolts through. And this bad boy, see how I marked it to the rear? Goes on like that. So I'm just going to get these two started. And then we'll do the other two. So that's on. Now, I'm going to do the other side, same thing. And then she goes on. Now I'm going to take the torque wrench and I'm going to torque them down in 2 stages. So half the torque calls for 13. So I'm going to do 5, then I go to 13 Newton meters. Okay, she's done. So those are done. First thing I do is make sure the cylinder, the top dead center, to line this up with the camshafts. Alright, so we gotta put the spacer in. With the sprocket. And take Got one very important thing to put in, chain guide. It's got to go in. You just gotta, it should just slide right in. Can't beat it. Go. Alright, so chain guide's in. Let's put these bad boys back on. There we go. Get the bolts back on. Hey, that would suck if I forgot that thing, huh? Alright, now we're just gonna tighten this up. Again, those two dots have to be lined up with each other. You're gonna hand snug it. Yeah, I gotta change it. 9/16 socket, that's a 1/2 inch, this is a 9/16. I looked up the specs on these. Manual calls for red Loctite on these bolts, on both bolts. It calls for tightening up each bolt to 20 Newton meters and then backing it up one full turn. So it's already tightened to 20 Newton meters. I'm going to back them up one full turn. And then we got to talk them to the right specs. Now I don't have a fancy, smancy tool, so I'm going to use the rear brake to lock up the engine when I torque it down. The gear on the cam calls for 46 Newton meters. So I'm going to adjust my 46. Okay. Just check that one more time, make sure it's good. If you can, get a pond and do this. Beautiful. The crankshaft calls for 32 Newton meters. 32. Like I said, if you can, get somebody to help you out. That's it. Those are tightened down. Tension is out. I took the Allen wrench out. It's got tension on the chain. So everything looks good. So we'll get the gasket. Man, these things look like good quality gaskets, I'll tell you. Really, really nice. I got my bolts all lined up, ready to go. I'm using the red Loctite on them. Torque specs on these is about 15 Newton meters. Now we're just going to start every single bolt by hand. I believe they're all the same bolts as far as length goes. This will probably make it easier. These are going to be tricky down here, but with this Allen head socket, it's really nice. nice because it's got a rounded tip on it. So you can go in and tighten these at almost any angle. Makes the job a lot easier. And I'm just gonna loosely or crudely alternate. There's a sequence in the manual, which I will be following when it's time to talk them. Alright, I'm going to torque these bad boys down. 14 Newton meters. Alright, now I'm done. She's torqued. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to finish up the exhaust, put that back on. I don't think that'll be in the way. Since we're all done tightening everything up, we're going to put this back on, put the heat shields back on, and then we'll go ahead and do a part 3. So let me get that started and get that together. Alright guys, I got the manifolds back on. I put a new gasket up there, the exhaust pipe. Oh, header pipe, I guess you would call this. So gasket's up in here, bolts are tightened down, clamps back on, and I'm just finishing up the other clamp that holds it together. Just gonna snug that bad boy up, and I will be done. Well, there you have it. All the clamps are in. All the clamps are tightened. Heat shields are back on. Exhaust manifolds in. That part's done. Only thing I got left to do now is do the lifters, little covers for the lifters, the rockers, rock around covers. That'll be part 3. Just want to say thanks for watching. Leave any comments below. And she's coming together nicely. Can't wait to start her up. But she's almost there. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.